Welcome to the support guide for the external task, and we are going to be looking at grade Bs. For this, we will start off by looking at the grade B categories. What is really important is initially you have your titles in place. So please make sure that you put your B1, analyze the relevance of the recognized theory, philosophical approach, legislation, or report that contributes to the theme. Do make sure you have that title in place before you start answering. What you need to do with that is we need to look at the term analyze. The best way to do that is to return to this box, for example, which gives us a breakdown of what it is. Analyze says break the topic down into separate parts and examine each part. Show how the main ideas are related and why they are important, and reference to current research or theory may support the analysis. So, for this, it is important that you are looking at learners must examine a relevant theory. Do remember that you may have already talked about the theory in grade C, and so you want to continue from that, where now you are analyzing. You may have looked at a philosophical approach or a piece of legislation, so you may want to go back to the legislation that you looked at in grade C, or a report in ways that reflect depth of understanding. One theory, philosophical approach, legislation, or report is acceptable. Now remember, because you are analyzing, you may want to ensure that you're giving your analysis of the theory that you featured in grade C and the legislation that you saw in grade C. So you are analyzing what you found. Now, do remember that analysis is asking you to break the topic down into separate parts and examine each part. Show how the main ideas are related and why they are important. Remember, everything is important for the theme of communication. And reference to current research or theory to support the analysis. When we continue, it does state, in the analysis, learners must represent a range of views to show the contribution of the theory, philosophical approach, legislation, or report to the theme of communication. So you are now doing an analysis rather than what you did in grade C. So you may find that sometimes you are returning to previous work you completed, and you want to ensure that only the aspect that you're asked to answer features in the grade that you are doing. So if you are doing your describe in grade C and you are putting some analysis in there, remove the analysis aspect from your grade C and place it within your B1 category or criteria. If we move on to B2, it says discuss ways in which equality, diversity, and inclusive practice can be ensured in relation to the theme of communication. So learners must discuss a range of ways to ensure the provision of equality, diversity, and inclusivity. Do remember that this is probably going to feature from your equality and diversity units, although you will have covered things within communication and any other units you have been looking at. This can be demonstrated through relevant examples from practice. Remember, examples from practice mean from the practice of being a health or social care practitioner, and the discussion must be in relation to the theme of communication. Remember, you want to make everything that you have learned in relation to the unit that you're covering for this assignment, which is communication. If you are looking at safeguarding, it would have changed to the theme of safeguarding, but currently you are looking at communication. Let's go back and take a look at what discuss means. Discuss means give a detailed account, giving a range of views or opinions. So you are trying to give a detailed account of a range of views and opinions when it comes to equality, when it comes to diversity, and when it comes to inclusive practice. Do ensure that you are completing that. If we take a look at the B3, it again returns to analysis of the aspect of your learning from the theme of communication that could improve future practice. So learners must examine their learning within the theme of communication. Learners must analyze ways their learning could influence and improve future practice. Remember, future practice within the health setting, future practice within the social care setting. Remember, if we're going to look at analysis, we'll just return to what analysis means, which is break the topic down into separate parts and examine each part, show how the main ideas are related and why they are important, and reference to current research or theory may help support the analysis. So for your part on B3, do ensure that you are doing that and you're discussing how it is going to be likely to improve things for the future if you're going to be working within the healthcare sector or social care sector. The B4, as always, is about show evidence of reading or use of sources and referencing support, analysis, or discussion. So what is vital here is you need to achieve the B grade. Learners must include two identifiable and reference quotations which support and the analysis and discussion. So do ensure that you have your quotes within these areas and you are fully engaging with the manner in which those quotes must be referenced, which is again stated within the slide 6, for example, which tells you that you must ensure that the quotation marks are there, it is italic, or you have emboldened text, as well as the full Harvard style of referencing afterwards. Do not forget that the full Harvard style of referencing must also appear in your B4 aspect. Thank you very much, and again, see you soon.